Because I have to hit something, right?
No. With YouTube, it's different.
The other one, yeah.
Once you hit it on OBS, it just does it. Now we need both screens.
So where's the comments? Right here, right?
Right there, yeah. So we need OBS over that, yeah.
There we go.
Hey gang, if you're watching us live right now, we're just getting the screens set up here so we can both check out the comments, see how the live stream's doing, that sort of thing, the techie stuff.
Who are you talking to? There's nobody here yet.
No, but maybe someone out there is. There it goes. There's Jennifer. See, she was watching.
Boom, right there.
Jennifer's the first one in the chat. Hey there, Miss Jennifer.
Hey there, hi there, who are yours? Welcome as can be. MOMMUMMYMO.
The Mommy and Monkey.
I'm trying, yeah. Whatever.
Albert's there. Hey there, Albert.
There's a guy named Albert in tonight's movie.
Yeah, that's true. There was. Juliet. There was. Hey, Miss Juliet. Hey, John. Hey there, guys. Thanks for joining us. We've got 80s horror fan saying, wow. Hey, 80s horror fan.
Hi-oh.
Schultz is in the hizzy here. Hello there, Schultz.
Schultzy.
All right, King. Well, should we give it a minute? Or...
Yeah, just give it a minute.
Yeah, just give it a minute and then we'll introduce ourselves.
Wow, it's really very good night. You know what?
Miss Connie. Whoa, Grim. See, I'm not kidding when I said earlier that he does sound effects for the movies.
Yeah, I'm just prepping myself for a recording session later. Hey, you know, whew, the burps, they just keep coming.
Is tonight's topic an open forum? A little bit. I've got some things I want to talk about, but we can have it a little more open a little bit later on.
You know, I'm looking forward to Christmas time. Like, we could do like a naughty.
What?
Naughty or nice Christmas time.
Oh, Christmas.
Woo.
It's not even Halloween yet,
I can't wait until Christmas because I had an idea. Maybe we could do a naughty or nice night.
Uh-oh.
Tell us what you've been with. Yeah, just thinking, you know. Just kind of, you know, we have to plan ahead.
And Late Late Horror Show is here. Hello there, Late Late Horror Show.
Woo-hoo.
An awesome fellow YouTuber. There's a lot of fellow YouTubers that watch, and we always try to give them shout-outs the best we can.
Should I not put the banana here? I don't know.
Late Late Horror Show, here's an idea. So, Dino, if you want to do a little show ID for the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout, like if you want to send a little video, and then we can send you a video, and to help promote each other, maybe we could do something like that. We did that for some other YouTubers that were interested. So maybe you would like to do something like that too.
That's right, because we looked at the numbers and I think we could really help you out.
Right.
Seems like you need a little push, a little, you know, anything.
No, we help it in, you know.
But then again, I'm dyslexic. I can't even say it.
We're a smaller YouTuber, but
dyslexic,
we still like to do little shout outs for other
I'm proud YouTubers. Of my small YouTube.
Regardless of YouTube stature. I don't
have YouTube any. I'm very proud of my small YouTube. Thank you. I was born with it, and
our YouTube is small, but it has girth.
But mighty. Yeah.
It's mighty.
Yeah, but we'd love to do that, Dina. It'd be fun.
All right, so let's introduce ourselves in case if there's someone stumbling around on the internet and they just randomly find us.
That's right. You're not having a hallucination. You might be, depending on what you ingested this evening, but you're not hallucinating. You didn't eat a bad can of ravioli.
No.
This is a little horror host sort of shoot-off show that we call the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangover.
Yes, and I'm Janet Decay, the Mummy.
And I'm Grimm Gorri, the Monkey.
And we are from Cleveland, but we broadcast to the world. We host cheesy, obscure, public domain movies.
To the world in some parts of China, I think.
And Mars.
Even Mars.
Mars, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone in China watches us. That'd be interesting.
Not that I've seen so far. But Canada, the UK watches us. Japan, Naoko in Japan.
At least one person in Japan.
Australia, we have a couple fans in Australia. So here and there a little bit, you know.
Who knows who? Yeah, but that's people that admit that they watch us. Here, people could be.
Maybe some people are like, "What did I just watch? I don't want to admit to this." Yeah. But yeah, we played the movie Voodoo Black Exorcist on our Facebook fan page earlier. It's a 1974 Spanish film.
Which is another title. What's the other title?
The alternate title is Bloody Voodoo.
Yes.
And it's like it's a voodoo mummy story of like reincarnation, and it takes place on this cruise ship, and it's like dubbed really badly. but it has some nice, you know, Spanish actors in it. The actress Eva Leon, who was a model and actress, she was in some 1985 horror film. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Mansion of the Living Dead. She was the redhead lady, Sylvia.
So after Night of the Living Dead, someone, one of the zombies got successful, and they were able to purchase a mansion of the living dead. That's nice.
Must have been a really wealthy zombie.
A success story.
Yeah,
it sounds
right?
like a great, lifestyle of the dead and famous. I'd like to watch that.
There you go.
So,
that should be a show.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so
I think we do a better show when we're not showing a movie. We'll get just vamping.
We're just BSing here.
And kind of tipsy. It's great. Go ahead.
So there's a birthday, a very famous birthday. It's Elvira's birthday. Well, it was on Friday. It's now Saturday morning.
They're all technical, but yeah.
Happy birthday,
Close
Elvira.
enough.
She's 70 years young and still looking fabulous. And there's some great news involving Elvira.
There is.
You guys the horror film fans know of the Shudder channel, that streaming channel Shudder.
Yeah, Joe Bob Briggs.
And Joe Bob Briggs is on there. And he's awesome. He started out on cable TV.
Yeah.
Elvira started out on television. But it's interesting to me that the two, even though they were on television and had this, you know, long career, that they're expanding their career into the streaming services, into online. So now they will both be on Shudder. Elvira will have her own show on the Shudder streaming service. So
Dino's asking about the shirt. A lot of people like this shirt. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, you can get this. You will be able to get that this week. I'll upload the design to my Teespring account, which is Ghosty. I don't know if I have that.
It's not in the video description, so we'll have to add it later.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
But yeah,
the other Teespring store is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I made it myself, if you will. Yeah. So I only had one printed up to see how it would look, and but they're all, made to order. I'll get that up there, and we'll get a link out there soon.
Yeah, we did meet Elvira at Horror Hound, a handful of years back.
Like 5 years ago? Maybe?
Yeah, and what was cool though is she posed for a group photo of us and the other horror hosts, and she was
all nude, by the way.
No. She was in the middle, and then we were all like around her posing, and it was to see all these people in their costumes and all these different wacky characters. It's just a motley crew, just a wonderful
and
photo.
I wonder what she was thinking,
Probably thinking like...
What a bunch of losers.
Pretty much.
Well, she's like the queen of them all, not the losers, but of all horror hosts.
She pretty much perfected the little black dress. So she totally rocked that little black dress.
Yes, and okay, I'll just keep it PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's read some of the comments, and then we can continue on with some notes, and then talk about whatever's.
Okay.
Does Rhonda from Rhonda Up All Night count as a horror host or just a regular host? That's a good question.
Okay, so, that is a good question. Now, I tend to lump all, okay, so we have a local show. We had a local show here in Cleveland called the Houlihan and Big Chuck Show, and then it later turned on to the Big Chuck and Little John Show.
Yes.
They didn't do characters. They were themselves, right? They were just, themselves.
Yes, some hosts are just themselves.
And they don't like to be called horror hosts, even though they did show B movies and horror movies for a long time. And then when the management changed and the horror movies were more expensive to get, they would show regular movies like, whatever, like Medea. They would eat all that kind of stuff, Yeah,
so a lot of them started out hosting horror films, but then whatever movie package the TV station would buy, even if it was like an action movie or a drama.
But in interviews,
they would just play whatever they could. So.
But they said in interviews that they don't like to be labeled as horror hosts; they're movie hosts. So Rhonda Shear would fit in that category. I think it's all sort of a niche thing where it sort of can have subcategories within just the word, television movie hosts. Some are horror hosts. Some are just people that sometimes do. Like Bob Wilkins, what is he?
He is a horror film host.
But he didn't dress up as a character.
Well, he was his own, whatever he wanted to be.
Right, but he's technically a horror host. So
I mean, we're whatever we want to be when we...
So maybe just ask the host in question and say what would they like to be called. So
yeah, what would they like to be referred to?
We know you're watching, so email us at at gmail.com. Rhonda Shearer, if you're watching, and we know you are, like everyone else. Spielberg, if you're watching. Come on, we have to do lunch,
Right. Some horror hosts don't do costumes, says Julia. Yes, you're right.
That's true. That's not necessary.
Some of them just wear like a suit. Some just dress kind of normal.
It's not a costume. It's a character.
It depends whatever your character is.
Yes.
Just go with your gut there.
Lazy. Excuse me.
Hey.
Not at all. Just kidding.
Dashcam says TV and now internet hosts. Yes. So we've noticed that with television, really these streaming services, you pay for their service and it's online based.
Right.
There's so much online now that you can watch. Even if you don't subscribe to the streaming services, there's a lot of stuff you can watch on YouTube for free. There's Pluto. There's Tubi.
Mickey Mouse, Goofy.
No, these different...
Minnie Mouse. Oh.
Grimm, not those.
Oh, sorry.
These different apps that you can put on your Roku, different channels and things like that. These indie channels. Okay, Grimm.
Yeah. So this is getting back to your original point. Your initial point was you're talking about Shudder and then Elvira.
Yeah, that they started out on television and the way TV has changed. It works out better for them to be on a streaming service.
Well, it's definitely an alternate platform to actually perform. I mean, if they're paid entertainers and they have they own all of their material pretty much, or their characters.
They own their characters.
They can then license.
So then they could take that to wherever they want. Yeah.
Right, and actually create create some kind of programming, which Elvira is doing at least through the month of October. Right, that's her thing.
I don't know how long it's supposed to be running.
I think it's an October thing.
Maybe. I'll have to double check, but last time I heard she will be on Shudder. I don't know for how long.
Yes.
So if you guys know, put it in the comments. But yeah, let's see. There's a ton of comments going on right now. I have an autographed postcard from Houlihan and Big Chuck. That's cool, Richard. Oh. Juliet says, Bob Wilkins got a lot of us hooked with Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, Albert, thank you.
Aw, thank you, Albert.
But everyone knows that the Mummy and the Monkey are the worst. I mean, the best horror hosts. Well, we definitely...
Oh, sorry, Grimm.
I was going to say, we're definitely, treading in the footsteps of the greats. I mean, we grew up with that stuff and we love it. And we're just trying to, emulate it and pay homage to it, if you will.
Yeah. Tony Mars says, there's a lot of horror hosts, but you two are my favorites. Thank you, Tony. Everyone, there's so many different flavors, different variety, where everyone can have their favorites, and that's
absolutely,
fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like saying,
so many different, like you don't want just vanilla ice cream. You want to try other flavors.
I mean, yeah. I mean, is it so niche that it's only good if there's only a handful of said horror hosts, let's say? It's like saying Hollywood should only have, 200 actors and 200 actresses at any given time. There's thousands.
There's thousands of actors. Oh.
It's silly to try to,
One of my little ghosts fell over.
Oh my! Don't you hate when that happens?
It was like a pumpkin ghost little
every time
decoration.
When my little ghost falls over, it upsets me. It ruins my day.
You've heard of My Little Pony? I have My Little Ghost.
All right.
And he fell over. Sorry, Ghosty.
Oh, John Biggins says Elvira doesn't have Earl. Earlvira.
Earl is amazing. He's over with the other crypt kitties playing around. Earl isn't as cuddly as he used to be. He used to, I used to be able to pick him up all the time, no problem. Now he doesn't want to be cuddled too much. He just wants to run around and play and get into things.
Richard Taylor says, The Mummy and the Monkey should take over the horror show on prime time Saturday nights. Oh, we know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you for your opinion.
Or at least have our own show, at some point.
Well, we do have our own show.
Well, you know what I mean, on broadcast. You see people like Antenna TV, too. Well, that's the question, is Antenna TV...
Technically, and I've done some research...
Like Svengoolie,
I've done some research. Well, my research involved Googling things, so that's the extent of it. But I did Google some things, and it looks like people, in certain age groups, watch certain things. And television is seen as old-fashioned in some age groups.
But I still will say, and this is my opinion, that there's still
we're not against television.
No,
we like
of course
TV because that's what we grew up with.
But
But we also like online.
But
So
of course, I mean, well, the online is the freedom to do what you want, pretty, within certain guidelines. Like same thing if you were on television or
Yeah.
anything anything like that. Okay.
yeah.
But there is a certain clout, like once you're in on broadcast television, whether it's local station type of thing or something syndicated that's bigger. There is a clout to that because it's been a legitimate medium for a long time.
But
And
there's YouTube channels now that get millions
yes.
of hits, way more than some of these regular
We're far
the official broadcast channels.
Yes.
You know?
I know
so
this.
then like these things are changing. Things are definitely
They are
changing. With how people watch
This is correct.
their entertainment.
I agree with you, but at the same time, they still currently I look at any television, any show that appears on a broadcast network has a little more clout. That's why we have trouble getting press because we're not involved. We're sort of we're like the indie thing. I call it the indie net. Even though again you say the internet or the indie net, which I just kind of came up with, I think. But then there's like that kid. What's his name that opens up presents?
Ryan's World.
Yeah, the guy.
Millions of views.
The kid's is a multi-millionaire in 1 year, like $20 million.
Yeah.
That's not just YouTube. That's endorsements and everything. But he generated. He created an IP, an intellectual property.
We did talk a little bit about this in our podcast.
It's a tough gig.
The other day, Living the Scream. So speaking of that, and we wish everyone well, but we did talk a little bit, and we are not on the Big Bad B Movie show anymore.
For season 2, we won't.
For season 2, we won't be on there.
Right. That just.
It's the natural progression of
we were
things.
Contracted for a year.
Yes,
it
was a first season contract.
Where we we basically contributed a skit per episode. We did all we submitted 30 skits to there, and they showed them all. Not at one time, obviously, but per episode.
Yeah, we would send them skits. And...
This was like at the end of the contract, which just sounds so like cool and professional. And we were at, and then there was a decision made by the corporate or whoever that
it was all
it was a mutual thing.
It was the natural progression of things.
Yeah, so that's fine. And but will we return somehow on public? On
we are open
broadcast?
to TV gigs. We're not against TV gigs, but we see how things have changed with how people watch programs. So that's all.
Yeah, but
so sometimes we comment on it or discuss things that we've seen online. And speaking of that, there's a YouTube channel that I did find that I found very interesting earlier today.
What's that?
It's called Alter, all in caps, ALTER. And they have, like, some of their views, like, the one thing I saw, it was a short film called Duel, and it has 16 million views, this one short film. I guess that's their whole thing, is they post weekly short horror films. And the one was about a little boy who had imaginary friends, and he was, like, in therapy because he has imaginary friends and he was drawing pictures of them. But then they come to life, and like all this scary stuff happens in the film.
So how are we going to document some of this? I'd like to check some of this stuff out. Insane Jay says something nice. He goes, having an online interactive horror host show makes you guys unique.
Thank you.
Wouldn't want you to change it. That's
thank you.
Something we feel too. So thank you, Insane Jay.
Yeah, let's read all these comments.
And John Strychart says, my fave Saturday night show is Drive-In Asylum. They show a double feature. I don't know this one.
Drive-In Asylum.
So
that does sound familiar.
I want to look it up.
Drive-In Asylum. Yeah, that they sound familiar. I think they have an Instagram as well. They might have started following us, and maybe I followed them back. But I don't think I watched their videos yet, so I need to do that. Cool. All right.
That's
I thought
cool
of making my channel into its own network with different shows at different times with a channel TV guide of sorts. Time slots for other shows all day and night. Still think that's a great idea,
you could
Dino.
totally do that.
That's really cool. I think people would really dig that.
And it's up to them to to tune in what they want to tune into. Obviously.
Yeah.
So that's what YouTube offers. I mean, or other streaming platforms, but especially YouTube.
The late network or something.
You could program your own channel with the different. You
get different playlists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to, but then you have to program it all because he's talking about not just having playlists that you look at, scheduled like what you do with our shows.
Like the old TV guys.
Yeah, but you schedule it to start at a certain time. So I mean, there could be three or four shows starting at the exact same time, or a half hour within each other, and people have to decide. But
and with the following that you've built up, that would be a great idea because you've got so many different people with different tastes. Yeah. So you can run different programs, and there'd always be like some group of people watching it. That's very cool.
Coffee TV.
So I shouldn't have to feel bad about watching Svengoolie on Saturday night instead of that other thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, there's some back and forth going on about that. You might want to read that.
If you were
that one there, it's like, oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this one though.
Bay Area Coffee Creature Features. Bay Area Coffee Creature Features, but Mummy and Monkey #1 on Friday.
Well, we love.
So John's from the Bay Area.
We love Creature Features.
We love that's a horror host show that I really admire.
Yes.
Is Creature Features from Coffee TV in the Bay Area. They're also on YouTube, which is also cool because we watch them on YouTube since we aren't in San Francisco to watch Coffee TV.
Although we were on Coffee TV for a brief stint 3 years ago.
In 2017, I think.
Or 4 years ago.
Or 2018. I think it was 2017. We were on Coffee TV. So we had a half-hour show, a skit show and celebrity interviews. It was just a little half-hour cut-down show. And that was the time slot that was open, and it was for 2 months, pretty much just to fill this time slot until they had more infomercials or commercials or something.
Yeah, it came on after Creature, like way after.
Yeah, it would come on at like 11:30 at night.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we haven't even seen the final episodes. We would send.
We only saw like a little bit of it.
We saw some intros and stuff for some I think some promos at
There were 4 episodes put together for Coffee TV, and they were half-hour shows.
By a production company a guy I work for and do freelance artwork for.
Yeah, and so they would play Creature Features on Friday nights, or no, the Saturday nights, and then they would play. There was like a clown show, some clown show they would play after it, and then we were on after the clown show. I'm trying to remember the name of that one.
Something Circus.
Something Circus, Psycho, or Ring of...
That's Kiss, yeah.
But it was like a variety show with these creepy clown people, and then they would have these burlesque girls on there dancing around. So it was kind of interesting. It was like real strange.
Yes.
And we would come on after them.
Juliet Shakespeare writes, Saturday Night Creature Features is back and better with hosts Vincent Van Dahl, Angela, and...
And Livingston.
And Mr. Livingston. Yeah, we watch them.
Mr. Livingston. I keep wanting to say Dr. Livingston.
No, we watch them on YouTube when they upload their shows onto there. So thank gosh they do that. But we love Vincent Van Dahl.
Yes, we love the Creature Features crew. That's a fun show. Very fun show.
Yep, we like the production values.
The production is nice. They have nice guests on there. Really likable characters.
Watson says, "Wow, how did I miss you on Coffee? You didn't stay up late enough. It was like on at like 4:27 in the morning. I don't know."
Right, and it was only a 2-month run, and we were told that time slot had between 10,000 to 15,000 viewers. Okay. But we didn't really get a lot of feedback from it.
Juliet Shakespeare chimes in again and says, "If I knew about you, my group would be Mummy and the Monkeys Scream Queens fan club, not Svengoolie's." Oh! Hey, you know what?
We like Svengoolie too. So no offense to Svengoolie. We like him too.
Yeah, he wins those rondos every year, but he doesn't have one of these, honey. He doesn't have a Rhonda award. We're the only Rhonda awards.
Rhonda, keyword duh, Rhonda award winning.
That's right. Rondo Hatton's little known sister We have her award.
Yes, the
What a handsome woman.
Yes. Rhonda. Thanks to John Rogers,
Yes.
who made that and sent it to us. That's
Love
hilarious.
it. We will cherish this forever. Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes, we will never win a rondo. Unless we change our name. Hey, maybe we should change our show name to Svengoolie.
No.
Come on.
No.
Spell it different.
No. Let's
joking.
not
I'm
say
joking.
we did.
I'm joking.
All right. Okay. So
Relax.
the YouTube channel, Alter. Yeah, they release
back to
short
that.
horror films every week, and I thought it was a really unique channel. There's a lot of films on there I want to watch. They're like 10 to 15 minute shorts, so it doesn't take up a lot of time. You can kind of watch it in between like whatever you're doing throughout the day. So yeah, I was really liking that one. There's some other weird ones too I could talk about, but let's check some of the comments.
Go right ahead.
Grim's like enthralled
Oh,
here.
I love it. This is the whole point about it. We don't do this enough through our Hairy Scary Hangout because I'm busy driving the show, like going back to the movie skits, everything else. But this is more of a the stream of consciousness. It's right there. This could drive the show. I mean, the comments are incredible.
Yes. I seen all the Cleveland local horror host shows that I know of, says Bobby.
Yep.
Love the Rhonda Award. Thanks, Albert.
Yes, we do too.
We were watching Creepy Coffee Movie Time for a while.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that one is. Maybe that's one that they started after we were on there. Like, maybe it's something recent.
Yeah.
They had a show called Creature Features back in the 70s on WGN-TV in Chicago.
Yeah, there were other cities that would run a show called Creature Features.
It's obviously an easy, thing to rhyme together.
That was also the name of the movie package these stations would buy. They would call it the Creature Features package, like the old monster movies.
But Bob Wilkins' version in California seemed to be the one that was the standout.
That was the one that really stuck and
reverberated even to these days in the halls of horror hosting. People know what that is.
Right. He led me to you at Mid-May Massacre.
Oh, thanks, Juliet. Yeah, Mid-May Massacre was a lot of fun. It was an online convention, all virtual, and we were part of a discussion panel hosted by David Dust Melchin, who's Polka Dot Man, right?
Is
that his character?
Yes,
Polka Dot Man?
in the new Suicide Squad movie.
In the Suicide Squad movie, and then he's been in other Hollywood movies too.
Tons.
He was in the Ant-Man movie.
He was one of the hoods that would help out, Ant-Man's character. Some of the dicey dudes he used to run around with.
Yes.
He's going to be in the new Dune movie.
Yeah, so he's definitely getting out there with his career, but he's also a horror host fan, and he has his own character called Dr. Fearless. This classic vampire character.
And he has a comic book out based on a female horror host called Count Crowley.
Count Crowley, and she's more like it takes place in the 80s, and she's kind of punk rock. She has a unique look. Yeah.
It's an Ozzy song, right?
So
but horror hosting, and we're working on our comic book. Hopefully, it'll be out before the end of this year.
You've been working on that's been something we've been wanting to put out.
Patronize me. You know
what
I'm going through, woman.
I know. I know. There's a lot on our plate.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you. You got to just talk it into existence, not shoot it down, man.
My nephew was in one of the Sharknado movies along with some other modeling gigs. Nice, Albert. That's cool.
Comic books, people say.
Team Frankie's watching.
Hi-yo! Kenji, what's up, bro?
Go Team Frankie and Kenji.
Comic books forever. Yeah, Kenji does
over at Public Media Network.
Not only is he like good with the multimedia, but he's a fantastic comic book illustrator, writer, creator. Mm-hmm. The dude is off the hook talent, a renaissance man.
Oh yeah, we bought some of his books before.
Oh yeah, supported his last Kickstarter.
Yeah, those are cool.
Or whatever. I don't know. I think it was Kickstarter. Yeah.
Crowdfunding thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so many of them, I forget what's what, and I try to help out where I can with other creators because that's where it's at, man.
All right, guys. So Dino commented earlier from the Late Horror Show. Hit the like button. Everyone watching should hit the like button, right? If you're hanging out and having fun, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a hand. And hit the subscribe button.
Please, it doesn't cost anything.
It's free for you to do that.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Which sounds like the price of something. Which does I don't like that.
Well, it's a play on words. Free 99.
But the 99 throws you a little bit, doesn't it?
And we do have a super chat. It isn't required, but it is appreciated. It does help support the channel. Well, and speaking of that, Michael Craig, thank you for the $10 super chat. Woohoo!
We're halfway to a pizza for tomorrow night.
Can we get a Mummy and the Monkey Halloween special? Actually, we have 3 Halloween specials that we've made in the past.
Yep.
4 Halloween specials.
A 4th one that we did, we called it our live streaming one a couple years ago.
Yeah, so we've done 3 or 4 Halloween specials. We are wanting to do another Halloween special.
Yes.
That will stream Halloween weekend.
So yeah, so just we're good. We have to do we can't not do a Halloween
It's
special.
just trying to get everything done. We just wrapped up Skits and Giggles Volume 2.
That's right. Make that announcement because it's being shipped right now. It's on its way here.
And we did order some Blu-rays.
Blu-ray, baby.
Our first ever Blu-ray. Ever. We've never made Blu-rays before. Ever.
No, so we're going to Blu-ray it up.
Yeah. We're going to get them made and hopefully have them ready to sell this fall.
This one has lots of Stasha. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast putting it together within like 2 days.
Yeah, and there's a blooper reel, celebrity interviews.
The Watson
family. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Watson family. That's very sweet of you.
I gotta spin my banana for that one.
$19.99 super chat. Yeah, every time you do a super chat, Grimm will spin his banana.
Yes, usually.
How about that?
Yeah, an angel won't get his wings, but I'll spin my banana. How's that?
Yeah, we'll do that from now on.
Watson family. Woohoo!
Keep up the great entertainment, Janet and Grimm. Thank you.
Gosh, oh, holy mackerel.
Albert, there you go. Spin your banana, Grimm.
Okay.
Thank you, Albert. That's very sweet.
This one's for you,
$5
Albert.
super chat. Wish it could be more.
No, please.
He's getting a condo. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you, Albert. That's very sweet.
Well,
like we said, it's not required, but it is appreciated every now and then.
It sounds like he needs more room for his extended family.
Yes, he adopted 2 kitties.
Yeah, brother and sister.
He needs room for his fur babies.
That's right, and they're both lap cats. How lucky can you get?
Cuddle kitties.
Wow. Can't get any better than that.
Super cute.
Like seeing their adventures. Okay.
All right, so some more YouTube interesting things.
Yes. This show might be better than the Hangout.
So there's a YouTube channel that I found also where it's called the Missing Files channel.
What?
They have Team Frankie, thank you. That's very sweet. A $9.99 super chat.
I gotta spin the banana now. Woohoo, Team Frankie. Da-da-da-da-da. Whoop, I'm spinning it.
Thank you.
Woohoo.
But yeah, the weird, it's on like drone videos where they supposedly find footage of ghosts. There's UFO footage, found footage. It's just a very strange channel, and I was watching some of that, and I thought that was interesting. So if you guys are into like UFO stuff, ghost stuff, found footage, you might like the Missing Files channel.
The Missing Files.
Juliet. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Thank you, girlfriend.
I gotta spin the banana for
Juliet. Spin the banana.
All right, don't get jealous. I'm spinning it for her.
He's spinning it for Juliet.
Right, I'm getting paid to spin it, so don't trip. Here we go. Woohoo!
He's showing off his banana for you.
Hey, other way, like a strip, like the pasties. Hey,
there you go.
Spin the other way.
Nice.
I'm talented. Look at me killing it. People are laughing. Well, that's the whole point, right? That's the whole deal. All right.
It's to entertain you guys.
It has nothing to do with what's in this glass.
And
what was in this glass?
So there's a who makes the Everything is Terrible videos? Who makes those?
It's the name of the.
It's called the name of the.
Everything is terrible.
Everything is terrible. They put out like all this found VHS footage.
Love it.
And they splice it all together with weird music and sound effects. And
it's very psychotronic what they do with this.
It's very strange. And if you guys like strange found VHS footage, like Everything is Terrible. There's one called Memory Hole.
Yeah.
On YouTube, Memory Hole, and they do similar things. Like there was one with a bunch of creepy clown footage where they put it all together, and it was like, ew.
But Everything is Terrible. They actually tour with that stuff too.
They do.
They used to before the COVID, before the pandemic. But
wow.
They still might. But anyway, yeah, if you check out everythingisterrible.com, I order from them all the time.
Yeah, we laugh our butts off when we watch some of this stuff.
It's real good, and
it's like really weird but funny.
The cool thing though is if you order from them, if you get to their actual website, they actually will make sure you get everything you need.
Sometimes they send you extras.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like they send us an extra disc.
Don't hold them to it. But
no, it's not guaranteed they will, but
weird.
Sometimes they do.
Yes, it's interesting. But yeah, check out Everything is Terrible. Even on their YouTube stuff is pretty funny.
It's cool. But yeah, Memory Hole on YouTube, and they had one it was like people in weird monster masks. It was like VHS.
Like this show?
Yeah, kind of like that. But they found footage of like people in weird Halloween costumes.
Wow. And
they would like splice it together and do weird stuff with it. And it was like, what the heck am I? It was like creepy.
Yes. And
but fun.
I'm huge into that. I've always been into found footage, whether it be audio, video, printed stuff, notes left on the ground, like written by people who might have had too much to drink or something. Or breaking up with their exes or something. Like, we find some weird stuff.
And the found film. There was a couple YouTube videos that we put out of found 8mm home movies.
And this is something that she knows how to work 8mm projectors and stuff, right?
Yeah, we have an 8mm projector. We don't have a Super 8 projector.
But you figured out how to use those, and you'll sit there and you'll film it on your phone.
I'll just film it on my camera.
Yeah, on your camera or whatever, and then you'll upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
And
I'll add YouTube music to the background.
Yes, and I also have a reel-to-reel audio player. There's stuff we really need to start. We got to break that stuff out. It's like the old...
Plus, we found really weird old magazines and newspapers. Some of that we could share on like a separate playlist.
With those old Cleveland ones.
Yeah. Some really cool like old hippie...
Underground
newspapers.
Stuff from the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, it's really, really groovy.
Obscure and no one... I mean, I'm sure it's long forgotten. Some people do know about it, but it's very few. But it would be neat. You should see this stuff. It's really cool.
But there's some home movies right now that I haven't recorded yet. They're 16mm, and our friend 42nd Street Pete, he's going to play them on his projector sometime.
And 42nd Street Pete was located between 41st Street Ted and 43rd Street Bob. It was all these guys. It was weird.
Yeah, our friend 42nd Street Pete, he has a YouTube channel, and he talks about grindhouse films, westerns, classic horror films.
Yes.
It's definitely not for kids to watch due to language and the nature of some of the movies.
That's right. But
he has some good reviews.
It's a fun watch, nonetheless. Yeah. Yes.
Very fun.
Nitty gritty stuff. He's seen it all.
Mm-hmm. So let's check out some more comments,
yes, let's
guys.
check them out. I'll put my banana up for a minute.
It's Grimm's favorite priceless banana, says Bobby.
It is. Thank you. Well, look. This is signed by Bobby Harvey Jr. He gave this to me at a Gorri Fest, and then he signed it for me at the outside Gorri, at the driveway Gorri Fest.
Nice.
So I have something that's signed and cherished. Hopefully, so far it's not been torn up. It looks like it makes a good mouse pad too sometimes.
John says VCR Party live shows every Tuesday at 9 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. VCR Party.
Yes.
That sounds like fun.
How do they show a lot of found footage.
Hilarious clips from weird VHS tapes, commercial and homemade. Try them.
Oh,
that's cool.
I'm a huge fan for a reason because I have boxes of that stuff myself. I gotta do that myself. It's a lot of work, but I'd love to do it.
The VHS tapes Grimm has, he could build like a whole nother house just using VHS tapes.
Literally, yeah, just the materials.
I mean,
what's on them is a whole different thing.
I mean, VHS just everywhere.
Love it. I love finding old stuff like that and weird stuff and homemade stuff. I've got so much crap.
And he tries to digitize them.
Yeah, I do have some. I tried to start a channel, Found Hound, but it's just hard to concentrate and get all that stuff up there. But maybe one day.
I want to shout out a big hello to neighbor Brian, says Lois.
Hey!
Yes, good idea, Miss Lois.
He watches this.
Good morning, neighbor Brian. He watches this later on. Hello, neighbor Brian. Everyone say hi to neighbor Brian in the chat.
Hi, neighbor Brian.
Maybe he'll watch the chat replay also.
I'm actually working on getting those magnets to you, Brian. He knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're halfway done.
And Miss Connie, we're sorry to hear about your bird.
Oh, yes.
We're sorry about your little baby.
Oh, that's always a bummer.
Yes, Connie has pet birds.
They're family members.
And they're part of the family.
The pets are family members.
They're her little feather babies.
That's some reverse psychology because our cats aren't pets.
No.
They own us.
The cats own us.
They tell us.
They're the boss.
You can say what you want, but they tell us what they want. They use a form of sign language or verbal stuff or our one cat Louie will literally.
Louie knows how to talk to us without saying a word.
All he does is he'll either tap you or
Louie,
meow. What you need to do is stand up, and he will direct you what he wants. I want food. I want water. I want treat.
Yes, he'll like run a little bit, and then he'll look back like, follow me over here.
He'll do a little head nod.
Yeah, he does the little head nod.
Follow me.
I swear, I think he was a person in a past life.
It's very bizarre.
Louie is very strange. He's a very strange cat.
Never seen a cat like this before.
Yeah. Be Kind Rewind says dash cam create.
Please, that's a must.
Lois says cats rule our house too. Well, here's our cat chat.
Well, yeah, y'all took it to a whole different level. We're talking about our cats. They have a whole different thing going on. It's amazing.
they have a lot of kitties.
Gosh, the biggest hearts I've ever known. These two.
Mm-hmm.
These cats, and if you think 3 own you, yeah, I mean it's amazing what they accomplish with those kittens, and they have a new one that they brought in.
Yes, they've rescued a lot of kitties. They have helped many kitties.
Now you're making me think of Saber. Now I want to go say hi to Saber.
Yeah, they're. Hey, say hello to Saber for us, Lois.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have here? I find a lot of old TV commercials from 50s to 80s on YouTube, and I can't get enough of them to watch, says Bobby Harvey Jr. Yeah, there are a lot of them. And they are fun to watch. Some of those commercials are just, like, interesting. It's like a little time capsule into those eras to see, like, how they would advertise to people.
And everything was made with asbestos back then.
Everything seemed bad for you. Like, how did people survive the 50s?
The Great Garloo, now with extra asbestos.
Oh, God.
Look that one up. Not asbestos.
Lots of cigarette commercials, too.
With asbestos.
Back in the day.
9 out of 10 doctors
Chlordane.
Yeah, chlordane.
All those weird chemicals, DDT and everything. Yikes. Like, how did people survive
How
the 50s?
did we get this far? Well, it explains a lot, though.
It does.
What else we got?
I have a brother with 10 strokes. We communicate the same way. Oh, my.
With
wow.
what?
He had 10 strokes?
Yes.
Wow.
So there's another way that,
Yeah, there's other ways people can, and animals can communicate.
And it totally works. And just like babies, too. Like, not to get into the Discovery Channel here, but but babies also, obviously they can't talk yet, but they do have languages that they can, if you're paying attention as a parent, they can tell you what they want. And not just by crying. It's more complicated than that. And it's interesting.
Yeah.
We're wired. Everything seems to be wired to get what it needs.
And even people that are, there's sign language.
Yes, of course.
There's other ways to communicate.
The weirdest thing are like twins, though, because twins sometimes will create their own language that only they understand.
That I didn't know.
Look that one up. It's real weird. Yeah.
Huh.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
And not weird, but interesting for sure. When I fart, I'm communicating to you to get out of the room. No.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You see me grip my teeth, that's me telling you, get out. Or suffer the consequences.
So are you guys on Instagram? Because we do have an Instagram, and sometimes I post things on there that I don't post on.
OnlyFans?
No, Instagram.
Oh, Instagram, Mom.
Grimm, no. They kicked you off of that site.
Yeah, I know. I tried. I didn't really do well on the OnlyFans.
They were paying you to put your clothes back on.
Everything. Too much fur, they said.
Yeah. But we are on Instagram, guys. I do post things on there. Some stuff I post on there that I don't always post on Facebook. We are also on Twitter, although I don't use Twitter much. Like, we don't sign in there that much.
Yes.
But we are MummyAndMonkey on Twitter because they have like a shortened... You had to shorten the name. Or the Mummy and the Monkey was too long, I guess.
Sorry. Well...
So I had to shorten it to MummyAndMonkey.
So they're not size queens over there. Okay.
No.
All right.
What else are the comments? What other ones?
Well, Albert says, tonight was pants optional. It's always pants optional with our show.
It is always pants optional.
That's the beauty of these internet shows, is that no one knows what you're wearing.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing pants under my pants, if you think about it. Woo! We're all naked under our clothes.
Technically, yes. All right, gang, well...
No, another 2 hours. Let's do it. No, I love hanging out with the gang. It's so much fun. Let's see.
I'm like
let me turn the...
running out of steam here a little bit. I'm getting tired.
Yes.
So, if you want to talk or read comments, go for it.
Well, Okay. Anyway, yeah. What time? Oh yeah, we're actually not. We're not.
Yeah,
too bad.
it's close. It's
Yeah,
close to that time.
Been a long
to
week,
wrap
but
it
you know
up.
what? But it's been a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try our best to come up with a movie that we kept talking about showing. It's called Man Eaters Are Loose. I think it's called.
Yeah, it has to do with killer cats on the loose, like big cats that attack people.
Tigers, not.
It's some
not a house
70s
cat.
like obscure made for TV movie, and we wanted to show it like last month, and we just didn't have the time to put it together.
Yeah, we just want to make sure we were working on our Blu-ray, so
Because we were working on getting the Blu-ray released.
for Cinema Wasteland,
And we're still working on getting the Blu-ray released.
It's coming up though.
Yes, and we will be at Cinema Wasteland October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yeah.
So that's like, we're not doing many in-person appearances right now for obvious reasons, but that's one of our in-person appearances.
Yeah, I think earlier Gary Smith said that we should win a Ronco Award.
Ronco?
Yeah, like get a pocket fisherman. That would be our trophy. I thought that was kind of funny. Ronco, anything
Like
that
a
sounds
bass?
like a Ronco. Yeah, Bassmaster.
Yeah, there you go.
Not to be confused with a master. Anyway.
Yeah.
My nickname in college. Just
Oh,
kidding.
jeez.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna wrap up because it's getting crazy. So we're gonna wrap up tonight's Hairy Scary Hangover. We want to thank you all for joining us.
Thank you guys for hanging with us.
Thanks.
It's a lot of fun to chat with you.
Always. Thanks for the super chats. So grateful for that. Thank you.
We are. That really does help support the channel. It goes right back into it because last week to try to get the Blu-rays put together, I had to get a Blu-ray burner.
Oh.
I had to get like some other computer accessories. So when people order a t-shirt, when they do a super chat, when they shop our eBay stores, it goes, a good chunk of it goes right back into
our pizza fund.
Yeah. It goes back, sometimes we order a pizza. It goes right back into the production.
It does. It really does.
It does.
We do have separate like businessy stuff for that. So thank you so much. It helps it out. But anyway, thanks again, and we'll wrap it up for tonight, as Jenna would say, or wrap it up. But but we'll see you next time if things go right here. Same Mummy Monkey time, same Mummy Monkey channel on
the Mummy and the Monkeys Hairy Scary Hangover.
Say it. Good night.
Good night. Good fright.
Wow.
Mwah.
Oh, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.